Welcome back. Trade unions say they won't be bullied. This after Finance Minister Tito Mboweni announced that government will be taking measures to reduce the public sector wage bill and cap salary hikes, which were above the inflation rate last year. Dimakatso Leshoro has the details on this story. She joins us now in studio. So trade unions saying that they're willing to speak to government, but they're adamant that it won't be to the detriment of workers.
Absolutely. They said that, they are open to negotiations. They will play ball. However, there must be a clear understanding from government's point of view that to start with, government brought us to the mess in which we are in. And basically, the PSA interestingly said that they want an apology from government. And until that happens, if that doesn't happen, government must face the consequences. I think we've got a bite of the PSA, yes.
500 billion, the Auditor General said that we lost over the past 9 years. How did we lose it? Who was responsible for it? We entrusted them to look after our assets, and they failed dismally. And they need to take responsibility. And I've never heard one of them coming and apologizing for this mess. All that we hear is that the public service is bloated, we need to reduce wages and all that, without taking any responsibility. And until such a time that happens, we are not going to be sympathetic.
So it's not just the PSA. COSATU, which is affiliated to the ANC, is saying what?
Well, I've spoken to COSATU, Shahan, I've spoken to SAFTU, I've spoken to the PSA. There's one common thread. The public service is not bloated because of the number of vacancies that we see. We've got teachers who teach lots of children in classes because there aren't enough teachers. We've got police. Now the police were on a recruitment drive because there aren't police. So that is the argument that's coming out from all the unions, saying that the public service is not bloated. However, the problem is the mismanagement of finances and government adopting what they call neoliberal policies that are not suitable for South Africa as a developing economy. They argue that there is nothing wrong with a debt to GDP that's around 70%. Because we are a developing country, we need investment in roads, in clinics, in all sorts of all manner of things. And they make comparisons with developed countries, which obviously those are, it's apples and pears. So their argument is that they'll come and talk, but government has to take responsibility for how they've mismanaged the finances of this country over the last 9 years.
And they're not willing to budge at all when it comes to salary increases next year or the year after, are they?
So currently there is a wage agreement settlement that's been agreed to. They got 6.8%, which was in real terms 2.2 above inflation. So there is that agreement in place, I would think, up until 2022. They're saying that they're willing to listen to the Finance Minister. However, key to them is living, wage for their workers, living conditions for their workers. They are not going to compromise their workers, and they say that they are not going to be bullied or, put at ransom to compromise their workers for government.
Yeah, so they're definitely not going to accept government coming to them and saying, hey, hold on, we might have to adjust this agreement.
I don't see that
That's not going to happen. All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Dimakatso Leshoro.